It's already live. Fuck. I need water. Wait. Hi. What the fuck? Hi Jeff. 2 cameras right now. Hi, hello. Anyway, I'm gonna turn on 2 platforms to live from. Wow. Hey, I mean, I'm live? Why is my throat stuck? Anyway, I don't know why my throat is like this right now. It's kind of like scratchy. What did I even do? I didn't even do anything. It was fine. It was fine, bro. Anyway, we're live on both YouTube and Instagram. I just thought today's like a good day to do this. I got some good old soju apple flavor. Don't know about you, but it's a rough day today. Off my microphone off. No, that's my stream key. Hell no. Stream key? No. I didn't even copy it. I don't know about you, but this is just what I'm doing. Oh, hi. I should have 2 cameras. Let me know if you can hear me. This is my wider cam. I'm actually testing out vertical cam on YouTube right now, but I feel like Instagram has some people who just want to show up or whatever. Again, I'm drinking. This angle's a little bit unflattering, if I have to be honest. Can't help it, bro. It is what it is. I mean, what am I supposed to do, right? Like, ooh, shit, like sit better. I don't know about you, but I got some spicy noodles right now. I know my throat sounds pretty bad in comparison, right? So the funniest thing is you might be able to hear everything I put on the table, but vertical streams, it's hard to say about vertical streams, is that I don't really think it's that functional for a group setting, but for like a vlog setting or a more chill vibe, I think it's not too bad. Well, every time food flies out, you're like, shit, ants are gonna show up. And I don't want ants to show up. Hell no. Oh, yeah. Oh, my taste buds getting triggered right now. Fuck. Probably share this stream on Facebook as well. Oh shit, the spice is hitting. Fuck. Let me switch to my close cam. Yep, I'm I need something to drink, holy shit. Spicy for real. I should actually plug my phone in. Wait, give me a sec. Like, if you guys show up here on stream, I'm glad. Especially on Instagram, I mean. Oh, hi Fly, hello. I'm actually streaming on both YouTube and IG right now. Oh. Quite spicy, not gonna lie. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Anyway, hello again. So I actually have 3 topics I want to talk about today, alright? 3 major topics. Now, my evening today has been quite rough. I was supposed to be somewhere outdoor. I was supposed to be touching grass, okay? But shit happened and now I'm not touching any grass. I'm touching wood right now, okay? Touching some nudes. Spicy as heck nudes. I don't even have my mic. Let me switch my PC over to my hotspot, because home Wi-Fi is garbage, absolute garbage. Panas, spicy, shit. I have 3 major topics, okay? So the first one is about me not being able to go to this event that I'm going to. I was supposed to be at an event tonight, and I ended up not being able to go, so I'm kind of upset about that. Because I faced a few troubles on the way. Spice is hitting. 2. Ooh. I want to talk about like acquiring equipment, new gear, while being a stingy, stingy with finances, right? And 3. I want to talk about the games I want to make, not make a play, right? While I just wind down from the day. So things I'm trying out lately, obviously doing more streams. IG is I haven't done too many IG streams. It's not like I don't want to do more IG streams. It's just, as per usual, when you stream to nobody, what's the point? For 1. 2. I can't control the production quality on IG yet. My PC, I don't want to overload it by putting too much load by streaming to 2 platforms at the same time, which I know this one can. I just don't want to do it too often. Like if I stream at 720p, it works, right? No shit. Wow, the spice is real. Yeah, keep drinking. And the mic on YouTube can definitely hear everything I'm touching the table. Cause I didn't bring my mic back. I left my mic at work. If not, it'll be right here. It'll be right here. So the first thing let's talk about is trying out streams overall. Now, obviously I didn't share this stream to too many places because I feel like this is just a just chatting stream. Obviously, organically, I don't think this will help. I should probably share it organically as well. Like, oh, hey Twitter, I'm streaming right now. Oh, hi. Hello. Good evening. I'm just having dinner. I don't know why you're here. Thank you very much for joining. Hi. Okay, let's start with the first topic. Alright. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here to stream, but I don't have anything the weirdest thing about trying out streams that I was continuing, a little scatterbrain, was the simple fact that horizontal streams are obviously something I did do a lot, and it's technically the best way overall, in my opinion. But the hardest thing about most horizontal streaming methods right now that we've tried is that we don't actually have the best setup. Our PCs or whatever device we're using can't really handle too much. Like, imagine 4K streaming. If we had 4K streaming, I will be able to do multi-cam 1080p streams with the PC if it can handle it, right? Which usually it can't. It can barely even like the laptop we use for offstage, it can barely handle two video inputs at the same time. It can barely handle that. Like, for that one in particular, the game input, which we're using to play Smash, right, is in 720p. And the webcam is 480p. Or if I level it up a bit, it'll be 1080p and 720p. Or 1080p and 480p webcam. Which is obviously not the ideal, but it works. But it's very hard to edit something that's such low resolution overall. Like, what am I supposed to do with a face cam that's like 480p? Right? It's kind of hard to work with. So, spicy. Whew. Spice is real. So, one of the few things that I'm trying out more often lately while I'm streaming on YouTube specifically is multi-cam setups. Like right now I have the close-up cam with my ZV-E10. Right, it's real. Shit. And two, I feel like for horizontal streams, doing this is definitely going to be able to upgrade a lot of the level of like a podcast stream. When it comes to game, I won't say that we need this. I'm the only one that can handle it like consistently in my community. So it's not really a good idea to overload the casual operator, right? And the interesting right now is I'm on my phone, IG, hopefully the mic's pretty okay. And on YouTube, where I don't have my usual professional condenser, like my dynamic microphone, I'm using my webcam as a mic, like it's literally right here. Not the best audio, but it's what I have, right? The spice is real, man. Shit. Of course, if you enjoy my stuff, if you're a friend, you know, just follow, subscribe, do whatever you want, you know. I'm just here chatting as per usual. The spice is real, bro. Holy shit. I can feel my lips tingling. I've only started too. I should have added like some egg so that it's more moist. Because the thing is, right, I find that with this type of spicy noodle. Oh, there's actual chicken. Okay. And with a spicy noodle like this, with the sauce, if you wanna strengthen the add the amount of sauce that you have, while not really cutting up too much of the spicy flavor, is to add an egg. Of course, a raw egg is a little risky, but if your thing is properly cooked, not just like instant noodle, right? If it's instant noodle, a little risky. But I put a raw egg in, mix it in, and let it like slightly cook up like a carbonara, right? I don't think it works 100% like in terms of like food safety levels, but it is what it is. Oh, that's the widest already. Shit. But yeah, so I'm trying out vertical streams. The interesting thing about this right now, I actually really like talking about like setting up and gear stuff. So the ZV-E10, this one, right here, and my phone cam, which is right here, and when you're watching YouTube, The eye level is about the same. It's also right next to each other, which is pretty interesting. That's one thing I can do with vertical cam, is having it be next to each other without obstructing anything too much. And then I also do have, if you're on YouTube right now, I have a wide cam with my Instago 3, which my 2023 was pretty awesome if I have to summarize it, right? I mean, in 1 year I have like 2 cameras. I got a new job, which let me technically loan out the company's phone, which is an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And I also helped them won an Insta360 X3, a 360 camera, which right now going out on site to installation live footage taking. Interesting about the 360 camera is time lapse. Ooh, if it's a wide area that you want to be able to see everything around the area at the same time, from low to high to middle, like because my the installation sites I'm going to is solar water heaters, which we're going on rooftops, right? Usually got a crane, got installations. It takes up a big space. Left side, the setup, the prep. Right side, the crane setup. So the crane goes from the left to the right, picks it up, moves it to the right, the back of the camera. I could not have done that. I could not have filmed that properly if I just stationary like camera time lapse. Does not work. Which is why it's so cool that I can properly practice with the Insta360 X3 right now. So good though, holy shit. This thing is so good. It's not the best camera for like shooting. Oh hi, hello. I'm talking about my camera experience lately. Like the Insta360 X3 is really good if you want to be like a simulated drone shot, or really like 360 area time-lapse capture. That's one way to use it very well. I'm serious, it's really good. And another thing you can do with this, bullet time is a really cool way to have interesting footage, but I've learned that bullet time is actually more primarily software focused. It's driven to be focused on the person using the device more than the environment. It actually doesn't take the environment at all. It only films from this direction, like this area. So it kind of just disengages the other side. It spins around you, very cool. Makes a very cool shot. But I thought it could have recorded more of the environment, but turns out not really lah, right? Not really. So I use this to simulate more drone shots, which is pretty okay. But from what I can tell, it's more consistent if you use stationary shots. If you want to do motion shots, a little less control. It's unless you're really pro with it, which you need practice, alright. But to start off, it's easier if you just stationary shot. Like the shot's gonna be good. It's like a really wide angle, like high angle bird's eye view shot. It looks really good. Otherwise, I tried POV shots. It's not the easiest to do. You have to practice. And of course, if you want an FOV shot, not the most hygienic way. It's better to get a mouth mount, I guess. I don't know what it's called actually. Well, also you're biting the screen, so it's not exactly a good idea as well. To me lah, right? But that is a method where you can film from a POV shot. Now, I personally think the Go 3 is better for POV shots, like FPV, first person view shots. You can put it with a chest mount, you can put it with a hat mount. It's so good. The 360 probably is better if you put it on top of your head. I feel like that's a thing. Or you put it with like an extension like a stand from your backpack. That would be very good. Chest strap is definitely okay. It's actually a pretty good idea. But if you want to do that type of shot, that one is consistent, really good, really good. Especially for the 360 cam. Aside from that, the 360 cam might work as a webcam. If you want to record both sides. Hi, konbanwa. もう10時だね。はい。 カメラのことを説明中です。はい。I'm talking. I'm actually streaming on Instagram and YouTube right now. I have YouTube with my mirrorless camera. Like I have a professional camera, two cams actually, and I'm here on my phone, IG. I'm gonna try things out. So I'm talking about cameras right now. Now, all these cameras, I've learned a lot throughout the 3 months that I've owned these cameras, and I'm still learning a lot. Leading in to what I wanted to talk about today, this evening I didn't have the best day, right? I think work day was fine. I think my evening was kind of rough. I wanted to go to an event, which is a photographer's event, right? In the sense that they have a lot of discounts on products. Hi. Camera desu ne. I wish I had a mirror for you. Yeah, it looks so cool, bro. 36え360カメラです。はい。それでもこういうカメラがある。Wow! Oh! So yeah, I have 3 different cameras active right now on YouTube. I mean, this is gonna be recorded. I'm trying out YouTube vertical streams. I don't know how it'll turn out, but it should be pretty good. I wish I had my professional microphone, because I can switch between wide angle cam and close angle cam. I got some dinner. 見せてくれたありがとう。続けて、はい。I was about to eat my dinner. Oh, hello. So, I was going to go to an event, hoping to get some new camera equipment or whatever. Like, I need to buy a mic, right, for my mirrorless camera, or maybe get some other deals potentially, right? I have the money right now. I want to go buy something. I drove out after work. Now, I ride a motorcycle, okay? And Malaysia right now is a rainy season where every single evening it rains consistently, okay? So I finished work at 6 o'clock. I wanted to go. Couldn't because it was raining a little too hard. So I had to wait, right? I had to wait. And then I waited 30 minutes. Went back home, pick up my camera and everything, because it's a camera event, right? I want to try things out. Maybe I can get some lights, some mics, or whatever. I went there, literally 10 minutes away from my house. My motorcycle's wheel, right? My wheel punctured, right? I had a flat tire. So I was basically stuck, not being able to go. And technically the event itself starts at 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And when I left, it was already 7 p.m., alright? I had to go fix my bike after struggling for about 15 to 20 minutes on the road with a flat tire. Very dangerous, alright? It's a very dangerous scenario. Don't do it. Hi Andy, I think. I believe that's you. So I tried to go, failed miserably. I was like, this month, I fixed up my motorcycle. I replaced my tire rims. I added a box at the back. I did so much maintenance, you know, fixing it up for the last maybe year or 2 of service of my motorcycle. Used up about 600 ringgit, and then I just wanted to go to an event. Not even halfway. I didn't even make it halfway. Okay? Tire goes flat. I only had 2 hours left before the event closes. And I was stuck. So I'm like, why? And it's in the rain too, remember? It was still raining. In the rain, flat tire. I'm like, Heck no, I'm not going anymore. I don't want to be there for only 1 hour. I'm not gonna go if I only have an hour. I'm just going home. So what I did when I went home, when I bought some soju, when I got some noodles, I'll just find something else to do tonight. And well, I'm here, right? I have my IG live, I have my YouTube live. I'm trying out multicam streams on my YouTube, and I'm trying out using my phone for my Instagram live. So hopefully the audio sounds okay. You might hear some fan noise. This is pretty consistent, especially on YouTube where I'm using my webcam. I'm not using my professional microphone. I just wanted to silence out a bit of the frustration in my head, okay? So obviously, at a decent day at work, went off thinking I could enjoy the night, and thank you very much, the world. Supposedly my feng shui says this year is gonna be a rough year. I don't know. I can't tell. Also, this is very spicy. Chinese New Year is starting in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, Chinese New Year is beginning, and I am gonna enjoy, because moving on to my second topic, right, which is connected to my first one, I wanted to spend money buying gear, right? That's what I said. And why do I have the money to buy gear? I usually don't have that much money. This month, New Year and everything, I got my bonus, which is I got 2 months of pay in a single month, which is very good, because it suddenly inflated my bank account. Right now I have multiple bank accounts. I split my savings across my bank accounts so that I have a little bit more security on like building more safe habits of like, oh, I'm not touching that amount of money, I'm not touching this money. I only have one personal account and one like income account, like basically spending out of just one account. So I limit my overall spending no matter what, and having a safe amount of funds for emergency, right? Which is great for scenarios like this and my motorcycle fixing and stuff. Let me just take a bite. Whole food, okay. For those of you who show up on YouTube, thank you for showing up. The thing is, I don't have a lot of subscribers, so who the heck's gonna show up anyway, right? Like, who am I? Now, white cam, you can see properly. I have a drink, I have my noodles, and I have water just in case, right? So, my second topic that I want to talk about was the simple fact that what do I do with this money, and do I really want to spend it? Good question, right? I think this is an important question that people who suddenly find themselves with a little bit more extra money than they should usually do. They find themselves asking the question, what do I do? Do I want to do anything? Now, I grew up in an environment that forces me to be a little bit more critical and conservative with my spending. After like multiple trial and errors across the years that forced me to think properly about my spending, alright? I was never this patient with my finances. Like, I remember when I was younger, I would, like, if I have an extra 100 ringgit, I would want to use it. Now I'm like, I have an extra 1,000 ringgit, I don't want to use it just yet, okay? Not just yet. If I have something that I like, oh, I really want it, then maybe I'll use it. Right? Ooh. Take another sip. Hi. Okay, let's switch back. You can see the camera quality difference. Now the Instago 3 is a decent webcam. You can stick it in like a lot of tiny places. It's really good. But the ZV-E10 looks so good, man. It looks so good. It's 720p. But the footage though, like you compare, this is 1080p. The colors look okay. There's no actual like background foreground blur really in webcam mode. But then you switch to this, it's like, ooh, I have some focus, you know, I have some background blur. It's like, ooh. I also didn't bring back my light. I was supposed to have a light here. Anyway. So the thing about having the money and you're contemplating, should I spend it or not? Now, I was eyeing, like, since I got my bonus this month, I have been eyeing shopping platforms for the whole month on potentially getting like some upgrades to contribute to the offstage communities like setup or even my own. Like I've been looking at the Deity D4 Mini, a shotgun microphone that you put on top of the camera. It's like 180 ringgit, not too bad. And I'm like, I have $1,000. Why am I holding back on this? Because do I really need this now? Right, that's the question. And I have other considerations, like for offstage's sake, I was also thinking of like HDMI splitters in the case that we want multicam setups, but we don't want to overload the PC, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, which is like when you have too many inputs, the PC is not strong enough. It can't really handle that, right? In fact, our normal stream PC can only handle 2 inputs and it's like chugging. I have to do 720p and 480p, either that or 1080p, 720p. Like they cannot be the same level of resolution. They're dying. It's gonna die. Alright. So streams, very very hard to say. Also on YouTube, there's actually more production. There's background music and everything. While on the IG, sorry, I mean, if I had the method to plug in an interface and everything, but right now I don't want to overload my PC with like using DuckDuckGo for Instagram or whatever. I'm just using my phone because I have an S23 Ultra. I want to see whether the footage looks that good or not. It actually doesn't look that good, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright, it's pretty aight. So, if I'm going to be stuck at home, I want to do something, right? Now, I'm going to try and go again for the event, the photography event, either tomorrow night or Saturday morning. There's only 3 days, which is, where's my Sunday? Huh? Why no Sunday event, huh? I want to pull out the cash. I always want to see what good deals there are. So, like, let me give you a short list of things that I look at that looks pretty interesting that I might want, right? Now the DJI Mic 2 just came out, but I'm not that good enough, or in a circumstance that I need 32-bit float, which is imagine high dynamic range but for audio, which means it can properly record high volume audio and low volume audio without clipping, which is like when audio gets too loud and there's not enough like data, there's not enough lanes, let's say, right? Lanes to store the data, it just hits the ceiling and becomes flatline, right? In a 32-bit float, the lanes is, imagine like if your road is 2 lanes, that's the normal standard, but 32-bit is like you have 5 lanes. So now more volume can be stored without loss of data. I'm tearing up. This spicy noodle is real. Hot. So that's the basic idea of 32-bit float. Aside from 32-bit float, it does have some extra updates, right? They have a physical knob now, and shit, the spice is hitting. Holy crap! Okay. And the case is different, the overall design is updated, but there's also like AI audio reduction, like noise reduction and stuff. Now I don't really need that. I'm not I'm not really in like any circumstances where I need 32-bit float or I need like audio reduction just yet. I can cope with it if I don't have that. That's what I'm trying to say. So for when it comes to a wireless lavalier mics are like microphones that you attach to the subject that you want to record, right? So if I consider getting a wireless lav, it's either the lower budget Ulanzi AM12 or something like that, right? Or a little bit higher budget, which is a Hollyland Lark Mark II, $699. Or if I can go higher, it has a built-in recording, which is the best part. The DJI Mic 1. Now I'm considering DJI Mic 1 because a lot of times when DJI products come with a newer model, the older model goes on discount. So because DJI Mic 2 came out, I can get a DJI Mic maybe a little cheaper, you know? Because they might want to clear stock, right? And another thing that I'm looking at that's pretty interesting that came out now is the Osmo Pocket 3 by DJI as well. Now, you might think, well, if I'm going with the same logic, would I want the DJI Osmo Pocket 2? But the big thing about the Osmo Pocket series is that the 1 and the 2 didn't have a big jump. Not too big of a jump. But the 2 and the 2 to the 3 is a big jump. You know? It's like from iPhone 3GS to iPhone 4 was the Osmo Pocket 1 to 2, right? And then the 3GS to 5. That's the difference of the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 and the 3. The screen is bigger, the lens is bigger, like the actual physical camera is 1 inch versus the original, which is like very small. I believe it's 1 inch. Don't quote me on that. And the overall device is better, right? It's just better. Like objectively speaking, you shouldn't go to buy the Osmo Pocket 2 now, right? The Osmo Pocket 3 is just a level up on every degree. Now, that thing is 2,000 something, and I literally personally have 2 cameras and a good smartphone now, so it's not a priority on my end to get one now. I'll probably get one maybe next year or the year after, give or take. I really want a camera, by the way. Now, what I do need is an upgrade to my PC. My PC has been in service for like 6 years, 7 years, give or take. It's a workhorse, I love it, but this is starting to chug with what I'm trying to do, so it might not be able to do what I need it to do for too much longer, because I'm having like, when I was only editing like maybe 2 files at the same time, 2 high quality video files and like some graphics, it can still handle, but once I started adding more effects and I have more than 1 4K file, it doesn't work too much. Alright, it doesn't work too well. This noodle is making me drip, bro, holy shit. And I'm not even done. I still have so much. The fuck? I said more than half of the thing. I'm not this weak to spice, but right now I have a catch hung, man. Right? So DJI, currently I'm eyeing DJI because I already have access to 2 of the primary cameras that I want from Insta360. The Go 3, which is the smallest form factor pocket camera you can have. You can literally strap it to your chest and make it a POV shot. It's that easy. And I have the Insta360 X3, which is a 360 camera, and this is a completely different format, right? Completely different format that I can learn. And if one day I want to really buy one that's maybe better than this, I can actually do it. Right now this one is a loaner from my company. It's like a work camera, right? And aside from that, I had a chance to try an iPhone's camera, and I have proper chance to try a flagship Samsung camera, and I officially own my first mirrorless camera ever, the ZV-E10. It looks good, doesn't it? Now all I need to do is buy glass. Imagine if I went to that event, I might have glass. Now, just saying, I might not even have the money for it. I can afford it, but I really shouldn't spend over $1,000. Just saying. Yeah, that's the contemplation right here. Is that if you have the money, should you spend it? Like, even though, like, you know, if you buy the thing, you still have surplus. But is it a good idea to spend over half of your bank account's like savings on a one-time purchase without, you know, like, worry-free? You know, is that a good idea? And I personally believe it's not a good idea. Right? It's just, I've dealt with, like, I tried doing business before. I went down the path of taking like loans, taking like invest first, talk later mindset. So it really, I'm still stuck with the current philosophy of like, do I really need it though? Do I need it now? You know, unless something forces me to spend, it's a different case lah, right? Like, let's say, oh, I'm eating with my friends, we ended up in an expensive place. That one I'm like, oh, whatever, right? It's an enjoyable experience, it's fine. Right? How many times I'm going with friends? I don't want to be a killjoy. And luckily enough, my friends are not the type of people that makes me spend over 300 ringgit per meal. Thankfully, we don't eat wagyu. We just eat like maximum in a worst case scenario hot pot, which is like really filling. And it's always a fun time with friends. And like what? It's $100 max. It's pretty good, not too bad, right? Again, not too bad, not too bad. I'm saying they could be worse. It could be worse. But like, let's say I have multiple bank accounts for savings and personal spending. Like, if in as an example, if I have $3,000 in like overall spending total, this is not the actual amount I have. I'm not saying that number at all. But $3,000, right? Like, if my pay was over 2.5k ringgit per month, and I'm like, ooh, I got twice the pay this month. Are you gonna start spending like over 500 ringgit or like over 1,000 ringgit in one go? Now I've already spent 600 ringgit using my savings on maintenance for my bike, but I still have surplus. I bought Mario Wonder this month, which is a good reward in a sense, right? Mario Wonder is a fun game. And the good thing about the game is that it can last you as long as you need it to. You can technically sell it, right? So it's like, what kind of person are you? You know, do you like to spend money if you can? You just save like maybe 10% overall, or it's like, oh, do you have that much expenses, like fixed expenses that you have to spend so much that you don't even get the chance to leisure and enjoy yourself, or, you know, spend it all? Currently, I have the money. And the things that I want, knowing how I want to spend it, is not even close to 20% of my total. But I still have hesitance, you know? I mean, currently it's the end of the month. I'm just here being like, well, once my next income pay comes in, you know, my payroll comes in, maybe I'll just get it, you know? Maybe I can get something. Because right now I have like 1.5 of my usual pay, and then next month once I get another pay, I finally go buy something. And the Chinese New Year is coming too. You get ang pao and everything, and you get to buy good stuff, you know. I'm just saying. And then like looking at all the things that I might like, all the things that I might want to get, because I really need priority, right? Priority, I have upgraded all my my tools for production. Then what's next? I have 2 cameras now. The goal was only 1. I have 2 now. hard work, and this one was free. I still need to invest in a few gear lah, right? Like for example, Insta360 Go. Insta360 has an extended selfie stick that goes 3 meters. Now I tried doing the same thing with my, I have multiple extended selfie sticks from Insta360. Like I have the bullet time one, and I also have the standard extended selfie stick, like invisible selfie stick. Total here is about 300, 400. I got it for free, worked my ass off, won a competition for it. Yeah. But the point is, I tried it, like double attached it, and then extended it to about 3 meters. That was risky because it was only held by a screw mount, you know? It's like only held by a screw mount. It's so risky, like I have to hold it like this to make it feel like I'm not gonna break my stick is the base. The company stick is the extended one. So, but I got a really cool drone-like shot. But I'm considering like 400 ringgit for the 3 meter extended selfie stick from Insta360. Now, I feel like that's a really good buy, but 400 ringgit is a lot, right? 400 ringgit is a lot. But if I'm like, oh, next month I have like ang pao money and extra pay, I'm like, sure. If not, I can just walk up to my boss and be like, hey, this stick can give me very cool shots. Can you invest in it? I don't want to do that because I want to own the thing. You know, if your boss pays it, the company owns it. You don't own crap. Which is why like I want to buy stuff that I actually own. I also need to buy multiple tripods because every time I bring my tripod to lend it to like the community, I don't know where the hell it goes, and I feel like it's a curse, and I like sure lah, right? I can, but I'm not that opportunistic, okay? I don't want to make my boss feel like, oh, I'm taking the money out of his wallet, even though he can't afford it. He can afford it. It's not that bad. Again, I think of it of like a, do we really need it? Not really. I tend to be like, my wants, I will buy myself. Also spicy noodles. But the extended selfie stick is nuts. You can get simulated drone shots with a 360 camera very easily, very sturdy and everything. Aside from that, let me switch back my camera on the YouTube. My YouTube. I have to get a PC next, right? So my friend actually selling his secondhand PCs. The specs are pretty good supposedly. Like it's current gen mid-level specs, which is like quadruple the ability of my current desktop, right? So like 1.5K, normal price is 4,000. I can buy it for 1.5K. That's a deal. That's a deal. So for now, I'm holding back my overall spending. Hope like with my next month's pay, I can definitely buy that. I'll definitely buy that. But in the next 2 days, got a photography event. I want to see if I can buy anything under budget without feeling like, ah man, I broke my bank account. I don't want to feel like that, you know? It's like, oh man, I'm broke. The spice is hitting, right? But there's one thing us Malaysians, I think most Gen Zers can say, the biggest expense when you earn your own money is fuel. Either for your transportation or for yourself. Food, basically, right? Food is getting expensive. I still remember the day when one roti canai, right? For scale, it was 80 cents back then. Now it's over 1.7 ringgit, which doesn't seem that bad, but it's more than half the price, right? More than double. And you think like Maggi goreng. We're thinking of Mamak food, right? Mamak food. Maggi goreng used to be 4 ringgit normally. Now it's 9 ringgit normally. I'm like, what the hell, bro? I'm serious. It's nuts. The amount of money they're expecting is like nuts, bro. The economy is going to shit. And look at all the expensive camera stuff, you know. Like, you want a good production light. It's a bar to cross. Like right now my softbox works, but how long will it work? Also, it doesn't have any leniency on brightness, which is why on the phone it looks like overexposed, underexposed, overexposed, underexposed. Good thing is my normal camera doesn't get affected by that. And then like what? If I imagine like people be like, oh, I want to get a Godox. Hi Wanqi. Hi. If I want to get like a professional level light box, that's 1,000 ringgit for one thing. It's really good, but it's nuts. Of course, if you make a living out of it, it's fine. You know? If you make a living out of anything's fine. You know? Everything. Anything is fine. Oh shit. Again, it's just a just chatting stream. What do you want? So I think that's about it for the topic of like, just because you have money, you want to spend. And in my case, it's right now my current enthusiastic interest is camera gear. Now an example of like me being like, do I really need it and still never buying one is mechanical keyboards. Custom keyboards. I have not bought a single. I've told myself I want to buy one since last year, like early last year, and I still haven't bought a single one. Like, it's 300 something ringgit, which technically isn't that much. Technically isn't that much in comparison to like right now I have over $1,000 of expendable income. But 300 something, man, it's a lot. I can buy 30 a maximum, right? 30 meals 30 freaking meals with that money. What item was I thinking about again? 300 something was... Oh, yeah, keyboards, right. Keyboards, who needs them? I do want one though. But 300 plus ringgit, do I really need a 300 plus ringgit keyboard though? I don't know. I don't know, you tell me. You tell me, you know? Oh, this cam was on the wide cam the whole time. I was looking at the I was looking at my mirrorless the whole damn time. I'm like, shit. What a dumbass. And I did the gesture and everything. It's like, It's like, you serious? Imagine doing just chatting streams, bro. Imagine being a streamer. I can't believe it. Like, who am I to be a streamer? What am I? I am a nobody. But yeah, I still haven't even finished my meal yet. I'm talking too much. Like, look at my phone cam. The front facing camera has no bokeh, bro. Unless I go really, really forward. But then I'm overexposed. And then on this cam, the mirrorless camera is like, it looks like the bright spots are really bright, right? Like, let's be fair. But the overall looks so good. The background blur is legit and everything, you know? Like, look at it. Okay, here's the standard Incineroar. The bokeh is real, bro. Here I feel like the bokeh is not very strong. I'm like still kinda in focus. Like, it's kinda blurred out, but not very pronounced. Like, this one is like, wow, I am very blurry right now. I'm like, oh, I'm so ecstatic of this, you know. The fact that like me having a mirrorless camera makes things look so much better. Not because of like, oh, I spent money, things look better, no shit. Phone cameras, I spend like, this phone is over like 6,000 ringgit. Like I know it's like by installment and everything, but it's not the same because it's a multi-functional device. The camera is the camera, you know. The only thing that you need to buy over time is lenses and accessories. The camera itself, as long as the sensor and the device, the system can provide you with the settings that you want, like good autofocus, 4K 60 or what, like 1080p 120 or whatever. As long as you can like work around the system limitations, it's all good, you know. And like the ZV-10, like let's say lah, right? If I got the A7 IV or like the ZV-E1, which is 10,000 ringgit, like it could be like so good. It's full frame and everything, you know. It's so good. But over time, the money actually goes to the lenses. It's DLC, man. It's DLC all over again. Like no matter how good your body is, as long as the footage, the image quality is decent, and you have the resolution. Resolution doesn't matter that much. It's more about the image quality, and megapixels maybe lah, right? Maybe if you're doing like large billboard size prints, maybe it matters. But for most of us, it doesn't matter. Like I only have a 20 megapixel, I think. The ZV-10 probably has a 20 megapixel. You tell me, right? You tell me properly whether it is or not. But it's not the highest, right? It's not the lowest. It looks really good. And once you understand the settings and everything, it's like 3,500, bro. Looks really good. And I like, yeah, if I understood how to use the ZV-1 when I had it on hand, like when I was borrowing it from my friend, if I knew how to use it, I could do a lot with it. But I really didn't understand mirrorless at the time. And now I'm like, if only I had one right now. Imagine if I had multiple cameras. Like a ZV-1 is only at 2.5K, right? It's a lot of money, but it's not that much. And 3.5K is also not that much money, but this one needs to buy you need to buy a lens with this camera. You know, you need to buy a lens with this camera. Hi, good evening. We're talking about cameras today. So entertaining. Alright, also I'm still eating dinner, but whatever, alright. Dinner can go screw itself. This hat driving me nuts. The hat is actually making my ears kind of hurt. Anyway, we're talking about like in the case of me having multiple cameras on YouTube right now. I'm also streaming. I'm actually doing multicam between the Go 3 and the ZV-E10 by Sony, which is a very interesting combo. Because it's a mirrorless camera and a pocket camera, right? Like an action pocket camera. It works great. It works really good actually. The funniest thing about Insta360's workflow that I've learned is that it's a little bit annoying to do because it technically feels like you have to do twice the level of work. Because before the edit, if you want to properly utilize footage, because the Go 3 and the Insta360 X3 lets you have free frame, right? Which is like you can film, basically film a square. The Go 3 lets you film a square or like a 4:3 aspect ratio, while the 360 cam records a 360 angle, right? You can frame everything at any time, and you can make it 9:16 vertical or 16:9 horizontal. Now the worst thing about this is that you have to export it every time, right? You have to decide before the edit, which of course maybe there's a plugin for this on Premiere Pro, but the Insta360 the app, the Insta360 Studio, is a really good app. I love it way more than the mobile version. The mobile version is annoying for me to use because it takes so much time to do the same thing. Also, I like sitting down in the PC to look through the footage, you know. It's a different vibe. So switching to the Go 3. The gold tree. Wow, I've been talking for an hour. Holy shit. I haven't even finished my munch. Now my YouTube has no views because I didn't share it to any of my friends. Thank you for those of you who showed up on Instagram. See, this is why like multi streams feel kind of better. Oh, there's a limit on IG. I didn't know that actually. Well, my nose is dripping. If IG live is ending soon, I guess I'll end the IG live. Thank you everybody for watching. Continue on YouTube. My YouTube channel is called Solo Snivy Talks on YouTube. We'll continue there because screw it. Bye bye. Bye bye. I hate how IG live need like after the live I have to sit down and be like, oh, what's my thumbnail? I'm too tired to do this, bro. Fuck you. Whatever. We'll just sit here on YouTube, okay? I'm just gonna sit here on YouTube and do whatever. The spice, it hits quite a lot. It's Thursday. I was supposed to be outside touching grass. Woo. To be honest, I could talk about cameras all day. But the funny thing is, I don't really wanna do reviews. It's very helpful, but I'm like, I personally don't want to make reviews. I don't mind sharing thoughts, but I don't want to make a review because like I need to write a script, I need to store my shots, I need to write, edit. If I had an editor, I would be fine, you know, whatever. I can write the scripts and film the shit. But the fact I still have to edit, figure out the style, and everything, I'm like, I'm too tired, bro. Screw that. Right? I don't know if you agree, but I feel like that. This thing hits very hot. I wonder if the people who showed up on YouTube earlier were like, it's 0 views on YouTube the whole time. Sometimes like, why are we trying? Shit. Am I gonna be filled with like 70% water and 30% noodles? I feel like I am. It's so hot. Not the temperature. Anyway, I think I'm gonna talk until 10 and I head off because I want to play some Smash Bros. Ooh. 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 But oh, kind of down. Anyways, I'll try to go to the photography enthusiast event again tomorrow to see if I can get any good deals and see if there's any like nice setup to take photos or do videos on. I just want to see. Cause maybe it could be fun. Maybe I can meet some people, you know. It's always I want to go to more events to meet people, but engaging an opportunity to like trade contact cards and like eventually becoming like maybe friends, it's not easy, to be honest. Cause when you're there as a consumer, it's not the same, you know, right? It's not the same. Either way, again, I'm still trying this content stuff out. I don't know when it'll like work out, like in a sense that I succeed in standing out and somebody's gonna be like, hey, that's the guy, you know, that's the guy from YouTube. Imagine, I'm just a random guy on YouTube right now. I mean, who am I? I'm just a guy with many hobbies who likes talking. I don't know if that's enough. I at least want to have better production quality than the streamers I see online. You know, like, oh, they manage to have at least like a 10 people stream and like, oh, low quality. I wanna engage. At least like for me is tech. And then the content, if we all have an idea on how to make it, then maybe you can improve it as a team, you know, in a sense. Oh yeah, one thought I had. I actually bought the sauce for these. Standalone sauce. It's very hard to make it feel or taste really good or like really, wow, this is good, you know? Because the sauce is like very, very strong, overwhelming sometimes. Without really having flavor, you know, without really having like a lot of flavor. Like people with tech knowledge might be like, oh, when I do like live streams on like my vertical like my front facing camera or like filming, they're like, why are you using the front facing camera? I'm like, I'm past the point of caring too much. Like recording the thing is more important. Like as good as it gets, if I did use the rear facing camera, there's nobody to man it, okay? So screw off, unless you're gonna help me. Oh, the spice is hitting and the soju is hitting as well. Oh crap. Oh. Oh, hide the tissue paper. Oh, the spice is killing me. Another thing about philosophy, which I just want to use philosophy as like my guiding principle in like what I do, you know. That's why I use the word philosophy. So like, let's say when it comes to making content for myself, not for like work or like for community or whatever, I tend to have like a more when it comes to making content overall, I'm more like I want to make content for other people's sake. So when it comes to my work, obviously that's one, but I have fun making the content for the company's sake. Improving my standard, or at least meeting their standards. Improving in something, like trying out other things, like making better looking footage, better scripts. Oh shit, bro. I am dying. And it looks like I'm kind of full. I'm kind of bloated right now. Yabe. Mazui. Shinua. Yeah. The close-up cam is more flattering. Right? It's not even that wide. I'm just saying like it looks better. Oh yeah. One topic that I just want to talk about. I know I got sidetracked from the last topic, the philosophy thing, like whatever, like that one. If you guys are ever like interested, ask me again. But the next thing when it comes to my camera that I want to invest, aside from the mic, audio is very important. Which is why that's the next thing I'm investing on. Spice. The spice still hits like a bitch. The lens. So I'm thinking of. I'm contemplating on getting a prime or a zoom. My nose is starting to get clogged up. Oh. Oh shit, I look like shit, bro. Is a prime or a zoom better for my next purchase? Now, what lens I have right now? Do I have any tissue, bro? Holy shit. Your nose is dripping. I do, yay. I have two. So much snot and mucus. I'll get my bag up. Oh. So, prime lens or zoom lens? Now, my current contemplate. I currently have the kit lens, the 16 to 50, for the ZV-10, right? It's a kit lens, but it's APS-C. The body is APS-C. The sensor is APS-C. So actually, it's technically a 1.5 times crop factor, which makes it how much is it? 24 millimeters to about 75 millimeters, which is a good decent focal length, but I actually think that's a little too not as versatile as I want, and also the variable aperture, because it's if you're in the widest focal length, which is 60 millimeters, is at 3.5 f3.5, which is you get a lot of good background blur, you get a good amount of light coming in, you don't need as high of an ISO, you don't need as high of as low of a shutter speed. But inversely, if you go zoom into the max, you can see the shot is darker, right? And it's pretty dark, to be honest. It's like f4 5.6. It went down like, I don't know how many stops is a stop. Like how much of the f is a stop. Let's say 0.4 is a stop. Like, I don't actually know, but it went like 4 times. It's very dark overall. Obviously, in a bright sunny day, one thing I would do with the kit lens is set it to like a medium level aperture. Like I set the base to about f5, because if I'm using the zoom, I'm probably at like a wide shot, and hopefully I'm in a bright area, right? So I'll just lower it down. The bokeh is still there. It's not as prominent. Also, the lens is not the sharpest, so I'm like, whatever lah, right? I want the versatility over the bokeh and the amount of light coming in. So I just take it to f.5, f5.0, and I can use the zoom relatively freely, because even if you go to max, it's just 5.6. Not as drastic of a difference as 4.0 to 5.6. So the exposure doesn't get affected too much, right? It looks pretty good, and I get to use the full capability of the focal length range the lens gives me. Now, I do enjoy the kit lens. It's very, very light, very, very small. Now, zoom lenses are currently all that I have. I really love zoom lenses because like I want to be able to control the frame. I prioritize frame over everything else, right? And if I can frame it properly, and as long as I still have a resolution to like have leeway for it, like whatever, right? I also learned to do more wide shots, and for compensation, if I really need a wide shot, if I want to have a double function clip, I can keep the wide shot. I record in 4K. For this camera, you can maximum only go to 4K 30 frames per second, which is the only boon. If not, I would say on 1080p, because there's no in-between resolution for this camera. If I had 1440p or even 2.7K, it'd be better, but like the Instago 3 has 2.7K unlocked. The worst part about this one is just that the clips might be a little too large, and you have to go through the studio software to render it. You have to go through a lot of things. That's the only gripe I have with Insta360 overall. I should probably do a stream review on the Instago 3 someday. Imagine recording and clipping it. Can't believe it. Imagine, what if? But that's the kit lens for the ZV-E10. Now my other lens is the good old 18-105 f4 from Sony. Now obviously both my lenses are Sony lenses because I bought them all in one go during a sale, the exhibition sale by Sony, right? So I got the lens for cheaper, like about 500 to 700 ringgit cheaper, with a, holy shit, that's kind of dirty, with a lens filter, lens guard. My kit lens also has a lens guard, where I got that, luckily, you know. I always keep it in a pouch and everything. I love this lens. I just saying, that's because obviously I have like bias, because this is all I have. But I absolutely love this lens for the versatility. 18-105 is such a good zoom range for on-the-go shots, like just for whatever. Like, oh, you see something interesting that's like about 3 meters away, you just zoom in and you can get a good old portrait shot with it. And if it's anything further than 3 meters, you get a good wide shot that's not unclear, you know, it's close enough. And then if you want to be even closer, you just make it to 4K and crop it in. It's one way to do it, right? Now, obviously, there's distortion between the wider shot and the closer shot, but I personally really enjoy portrait shots, like 75 to 80 to 100. I actually really like the look. Too bad that you need space for that. Like if I recorded every like talking head video with that. I'm like, ooh, I need to put the camera like way back, over there. But the 18 to 105 f4, like I know, the high level enthusiasts of cameras are gonna be like, f4. Ooh, fuck that! You need to be f2 or lower, and I'm like, yes, but no, I don't have the money. Like, that's why I'm contemplating whether or not my next lens should be a zoom lens or a prime, right? I love zooms for the versatility. Now, I also chose this lens specifically because it's a great starter lens to like learn. And f4 fixed aperture, if I'm not mistaken, that's aperture, right? f4 constantly, like no matter what range I zoom, it's f4, the lowest amount. Like I'll just stick it to f4 and just not be worried about the exposure being tweaked, you know, like the kit lens. It's just really, really good. Now, the next lens options, right? I'm contemplating now my current lenses, because of the APS-C camera body ZV-10, 18 becomes 27 millimeters, and the kit lens, no matter how wide I go, it's still at 24 millimeters. It's not that wide. Like it's not that wide, right? So I'm considering getting an ultra wide, like the Sony 11 millimeter or the Sigma 16. They're both like around or under 2 f2, if I'm not mistaken. Me personally, I think f2.8 is like as high as I'll go when it comes to like a lens like that. Cause like if I want to get my next lens, I want to go with a lens that is like lower than f3. Cause f4, pretty good already, f4, right? And if I want to go for my next lens, if I'm going with prime, it will be the Sony 11. Because that's a really good APS-C lens. It's really wide. It's really freaking wide. Like I will be able to capture the whole cabinet, me, almost my legs, and everything. You know, imagine, right? It's probably as wide as the Gold 3 right now. Like this one is distorted, but imagine the equivalency is there. Now, let me finish my noodles for a sec. It's funny to think, but I actually forgot my train of thought. Never mind. But if it's prime, I'm probably going for the Sigma 16. I believe that is at f2 or f2.8. It's also supposedly really sharp. But f16 is like about the same as my kit lens in terms of width, but it's sharper and it's the aperture is lower. Or I can go. I'm more considering the Sony 11. I believe it's like 1.4 or 1.8. I believe. I'm not so sure right now. I didn't fact check anything. But if I'm going for the ultra wide, I might as well go that, right? Now the other side, obviously portrait lenses are really good. Now I have this zoom lens which can do portraits already. So technically I don't really need a portrait lens. But imagine if I had like a Sigma 56mm, and because it's 1.2 or 1.8 give or take, somewhere there, it could be really good. Also, those are relatively affordable, under about 2,000, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm probably gonna regret. Like, if I look at the price, I'm like, oh shit. But it's either those or a zoom lens. Now, obviously, the zoom lenses for consideration is like maybe the what, Sony 70 to 300, or is it the Sony 70 to 300, or is it the? I believe that's the range. or the Sony 55 to 2110. I'm considering the 55 to 2110, but I believe the aperture is not very low. It's about as wide as my current zoom. It can go further, but there's a lot of there's at least 50 millimeters of overlap. So is it really necessary? If I'm gonna get a zoom lens, it would be the 75 to 300, but it's very expensive. It's like 4,000 ringgit. It's more expensive than my camera, bro. My thoughts is that I do prefer zooms because of the versatility. Now let's say I believe it's the Viltrox 20 something to 70 millimeters. It's like a very versatile focal range, but do I want that lens? Again, it's because of the overlap, right? It's because it overlaps with other options that I'm already considering. So high chance for vlogging. If you haven't noticed, I have my ZV-E10 right here. 11mm if I'm going for prime, Sony 11mm. And if I want to zoom, I'm probably going to wider. Now, again, if it's a zoom lens or an ultra portrait shot, my bank account's gonna be dead. But eventually I'll get there, because glass lasts longer than the body, and I'm already planning for my body to last at least 4 years, because it's capable enough. What casual person needs more than 4K? And as good as it is, do you really need 4K 120 FPS? I would love to have it, but I can work with 1080p 120, okay? 4K 30 is all I have, but I can work with 1080p 60, 1080p 120, and if I'm fine with phone footage, which iPhone 14 Pro Max is not that bad, if you have a software for it, alright, I can actually record 1080p 240p 240 FPS. It's like, whoa, I can slow it down by 8 times, right? I generally edit in 30 frames per second, so yeah, correct, 8 times. Pretty good. I can slow it down 8 times. It's a lot. It's a lot. The girl is like, whoa, it's like slow as shit. Slow as shit. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm fine with it. How much do I want to spend? Now, I'm also considering dynamic microphones. I need more mics for our podcast / potential if we have a guest lineup for our community discussions. I need to get a new interface for that. We're trying to invest in-house equipment, even though technically they're on my name. In-house equipment for the community for future production. Also, I don't know where the fuck my current audio interface is, so I might be screwed on that front. What do I know? It's a cheap interface, but 75 ringgit is 75 ringgit, right? So much to get. Holy shit. And then if the Switch 2 comes out, I want to buy that. I can actually buy it day one now. If scalpers don't take it, right? If scalpers take all the stock, I'm like, what am I getting? Where is mine? Also, I'm also considering currently, another gear that I'm considering is the Rode Streamer X, because I want to plug my mirrorless because right now if you plug it by USB-C, it has a streaming mode which is really reliable, but it's 720p. Now it looks really good. Now it looks like, look at this. This is my Instago 3. It looks pretty okay. It's 1080p. Now resolution wise, it's pretty good. But the background blur is not very prominent. There's no controls for like how the visual looks. And then when you turn around, like, ooh, the ZV-E10 looks so good though. Ooh. Right? I have manual zoom. I have controllable aperture, like my exposure is controlled. The temperature is controlled as a webcam, by the way. And obviously the Streamer X also comes with an XLR input, so if I want to save my Samsung Q2U here, I can just use it to record. Like, I mean, if I were to get 2 extra microphones, dynamic microphones for the community, I'll probably keep one of them with me at all times here with my audio interface. If I lose it, I have to buy another one, to be fair. And I'll keep my Samsung Q2U at work. Because it's the most convenient way. Because I can always bring back the Samsung Q2U. But for example, right now, a situation like right now, I forgot my Samsung Q2U. Like, where is it? It's not here. It's not here. I left it in my company, and I left it at my work drawer. And because of that, you're not getting the best audio, you know? You could be getting better audio where you don't hear a goddamn desk, right? Like, you could have gotten nothing but my beautiful voice. I'm gonna close the stream when I finish this, okay? I don't know when I'm finishing it, but when I finish it. I wonder if I'm gonna get copyright for the Kirby Cafe soundtrack. I actually don't know. Anyways, I'm practically done with this. Let me switch back to the ZV. Once this finishes, I'll close the stream. I'll end the stream. Not yet the sale, but you know. For lenses, that's my consideration. I need to buy more mics, buy more lenses, maybe one day buy an extra camera. Now the worst thing right now is just that I really want to buy, my next camera should be one that has a HDMI output, which potentially, if I'm going by budget quote unquote, probably going for the ZV-1. Because right now my only one camera of mine has an actual like background blur and a good overall image quality, like good image quality. Go 3 is pretty good, but again, there's no focal length changes. It's a set setting for a webcam mode, and there's no HDMI out, right? So I can't like export the best quality image and use my A10 mini switcher to for stream. Nope, I can't do that. Same thing goes for the Insta360 X3. Same thing goes for the Samsung S23 Ultra and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I believe there's not any like accessible way to use the camera to HDMI. That's what I understand. Like, you could probably use like Droid Cam, or you could probably use Riverside. Obviously, it's possible if you want to do it like wirelessly, but it's not the best situation. I don't believe it is. Because why would I use Riverside in the same studio? You can. It's very dumb, but you can. But that's just another 90 ringgit expense for me. It's like, I already paying a lot for my new phone. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. No. So if I'm getting another camera within the year, I'm probably getting a ZV-1 or a ZV-1F. But I want the zoom, so I'm probably thinking of the ZV-1. So that, imagine if we had a better PC or anything, we can do like streams, multicam, podcast episodes with one white cam, which is a Go 3 possibly, or a webcam like the Logitech C922. It's not the bad camera. It's very wide. The image quality is just not that good. Okay, not particularly good. But if I had that white cam, 2 close-ups, and I can switch between the webcam. The thing is, I have a switcher, but if I use the webcam, I can't use the switcher, which is stupid. I mean, like it's annoying, you know. It's annoying. Because if not, I can control all 4 from one input, you know, all 4 from one input. That means I don't have to overload anything. But right now, I only have one device with a HDMI output, and also it's mini HDMI. So how long will it last? Can't really say. Should last quite a while. Still, as long as I don't put too much load on the thing, right? This camera will be my workhorse, my partner for the next 4 years. Imagine if I traded this in for a better camera, but I'd rather have a second camera, to be fair. And like I said, maybe next year I'll buy the Osmo Pocket 3. Now again, because right now I'm handling more streams than recording. Like if it was like when I was doing too much free time, our podcast series with my friend Apple Tapperson, it would have been more advantageous it would have been already fine, the fact that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 cameras on hand. I can do like a 5 camera setup, which is overkill for my level. But you know, it would be really fun to be like, ooh, the quality is high, bro. I can see everyone's reaction. I have a camera for every single person, and the wide cam. And even though they all don't look that similar, which is why I think Sony ZV-1 is so that I can have like a similar looking profile between my E10 and my ZV-1 potentially. I do want to get a ZV-1 because it is a very reliable camera. And in the case that I do podcast episodes, I'm not gonna stream at 4K 60, even if I use my switcher, my A10 Mini Pro ISO. You know, it goes for 1080p, bro. I can't do 4K, so it's all good. It's all good. Also, I want to test one thing out. Okay. You can't record during USB streaming, but you can record while doing A10 Mini Pro streaming. Yeah, but in that situation, I probably need a dummy battery and everything, so... Yeah. The thing about dummy batteries as well, I consider buying them, not yet, is because in the situation where you're recording on separately on a separate device like the Atomos Ninja or the A10 Mini, the output takes power, right? 1. 2, if you're also recording, that takes twice the power. So your battery life is probably like an hour and a half. Might just die within under 2 hours. And in that scenario, the dummy battery technically will charge faster than a USB-C, guaranteed, right? The USB-C also, because like the Sony ZV E10, from what I understand, cannot really charge with a wattage that's like over 15 watts right now. 15 watts. Like I use my 18 watt Type-C cable, it doesn't really charge. So I believe the Type-C input doesn't go that high. Right? That's what I believe. what I believe. Just to feel a bit high. Gold tree, yay! Like, look at this. The footage looks okay. It's probably better than my 922, which I don't want to switch to right now. Like, it's because it's over there, you know. It's like here. I want to keep myself facing here, even though I don't really have to because I have my IG live's off. See, I talk so much, my drink is still here. It's officially 1 month since Christmas. Also, on a normal day, one bottle doesn't get me drunk. I just like talking, but one bottle doesn't get me drunk, I'll tell you that much. At least all of you on YouTube can listen to this soundtrack. Ba 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 bam 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 bam. Oh yeah, another thing I should buy within this year, a new bag. Now currently I have a few bags. I have a waist pouch, basically a fanny pack. I have a backpack. It's a medium-sized backpack. I think I don't remember the capacity. It's a decent capacity, but the height is not very high, right? I'm thinking of getting like a messenger, like a sling bag, so you can store more stuff than the fanny pack, but not as much stuff as my backpack. And if one day I need, I probably get a bigger backpack, like a backpacker's backpack, so that I can store twice as much stuff. I feel like multiple levels of backpacks is very versatile as well, because maybe today I want to bring camera gear, maybe today I don't want to bring camera gear. Like, my current backpack can fit a lot of stuff, but not that much, right? Also, this was free. I've been very lucky last year. I don't think I'm gonna be that lucky this year though. Just a thought. It's already 10:20, 10:18. Also, extra news, Tekken 8 is coming out in 24 hours. Pretty cool. Oh, what's up? I didn't know you played Tekken, but you know Doria, so you know Tekken pretty well. Lol. Look at this. Harada-san replied to Rosemi about Tekken 8. That's very funny. The fact that Harada saw Rosemi's post about her streaming Tekken 8 very soon. Pretty funny. Finally, the spice is completely wearing off. Thank you. Thank God. Okay. Anyways, switch back. So, currently, my checklist of things I need to purchase: audio gear for the community, accessories for my mirrorless camera, either a lens or a mic. 2 mics. I think the end game for my overall camera setup, I actually don't feel like I need a cage just yet. I'm not considering any like scenario where like I need that many screw points for now. I don't need it. Maybe if like, oh, I need like more than one light or whatever. I don't know the scenario where I would need it just yet. I'm just saying I don't know, and I don't think I need a cage just yet. Right. So if I'm buying a shotgun mic, D4 Mini. If I'm buying a wireless lav, preferably DJI Mic 1. If not, I'll go for the Ulanzi AM18 because of the built-in recording feature. Like again, if I didn't need the built-in recording feature, I would go for the Holyland Lark M2 because it's really small. It's only $6.99 for me, but it doesn't have built-in recording, man. What do you want? It's not the ideal scenario. I do need more tripods, both pocketable tripods and like a full-size tripod. So much. Well, I already said lenses. I think that's about it. Oh, in the ideal world, I'll get a second camera this year. But to end it off, I just need a PC right now. That's all. That's all. I hope I don't get tempted. But if I was tempted tomorrow when I go to the event, it should be a device that I really need and it has a good price. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. I'm probably just buying accessories though. I imagine if I could get a selfie stick for this. Or a pouch for my Instago 3. Because it doesn't have a pouch. I use a wristband as protection. It works. It's really thick. It's a really soft and thick wristband. I don't like these, okay? I use a fitness tracker. I don't like these, but for a pouch for my camera, it's really good. In that scenario. Specifically, in that scenario. Oh yeah, ND filter. I need an ND filter as well. Because I'm in so many bright locations and my exposure is always at 1800. Not the best. The motion blur disappears. That is what it is though. Anything else I need? Not really. I think my year will be all good if all I needed was that. I think I can buy almost everything in this year. Alright? Not the Osmo Pocket, but all the ideal gear that I want for my mirrorless camera, and one Insta360 stick, and a PC. Potentially, I can get all that. And my hopes is just that my car, it will eventually have to I eventually have to inherit my loan payment of my own car eventually this year, and I think that's when my finances will be very dire, because 400 for this, phone bill's about, well, now it's 400 total. I also like to pay off my credit card, which isn't that high, technically speaking. I only need like about 3 more months to pay it off. The goal is to pay back sooner, right? So that I can buy another like item that's. I hope my credit card does grow in like installment expense, so I can buy something better with it. I don't need to buy anything major. I just need to be able to afford one item that can do a lot for me long term, like a computer, right? I want a laptop. In an ideal world, I would buy a laptop. In a non-ideal world, I'll work with what I get. 1.5k, buying off my friend's PC, which is at least double the performance of my current PC. Pretty good, okay? It's a good deal. I don't care. I want a monitor too. If I can one day get a 4K monitor, that thing will last me for at least 5 years. This monitor that I'm currently using, like my primary monitor, is a Samsung monitor, 24-inch. I've used this for about 4 to 6 years. It's been pretty good. Pretty good. My old Samsung second-hand monitor looks like shit right now. Working with what I have. Only have like 5 gulps, but I'm not really drinking it that fast. Look at how much I have left. It's not a lot left, but I'm just taking it so slow. Streaming with a bottle of something is so good though. Like if this was a carbonated drink, I'd be like, all gone. Seconds, all gone. Thankfully this isn't a carbonated drink, so I actually take my time with this. It is what it is. It is what it is. Woo. Also, the community needs headphones. I wish we had money for that. If not, it'd be a donation in a sense. I'm gonna be able to donate. If only I can produce content full time with no worries. In an ideal world, again, I say a lot of like ideal world scenarios. When I say it like this, it's more like I wish these would happen, but it doesn't have to happen, right? I'm completely content with where I am currently, where I currently stand in my life. But you know, you always want more out of your life. It doesn't have to happen, but it could. You would want it to happen. Like, let's say, a relationship. What if we got one? I actually don't know. I do not understand how you get a relationship in the current year and age in a circumstance where you're not in a location that forces you to stay there for an indefinite amount of time, relatively, and where people just stay in one location for a while. Like, let's say, right, when you're in high school or college, you are literally in the same campus or area for at least a few hours, right? Especially if it's between classes or whatever, you can talk, hang out, meet new people, and especially if you have somebody in between, like a liaison. So easy to talk, bro. Like, I feel like in my lifetime, the most amount of times that I've actually confessed or built relationships that I may or may not have like interest in the other person is during high school. That's all. College, not really. College, I do find people that are attractive or whatever. They're usually not my friends, like actual friends, because in those scenarios, you only make friends with people in your same class. To me, right? And in a lot of cases, they're already in relationships. Why the heck would they talk to you? In a sense of like, ooh, I'm open for a relationship. Also, nobody tells you they're open for a relationship or they want a relationship. So how would I know when to ask? I don't know. You're supposed to try. Yes. But if you're like a conservative Asian kid like me, I do not go to bars. I do not go to places like crazy places where girls more often show up. Like, I hang out with the boys. We play games. I maybe go maybe a photography event. Like, again, like imagine if I went to a photography event. Like, I would not have the expectation of voicing out to like anybody there that's not a salesperson or an event organizer. Cause why would I talk to a random guy instead of like I went there with a pure purpose of wanting to get something potentially. Like the salespeople have a reason to talk to you. The passerbys, like I would love to talk, but unless you're sitting down with a similar interest, I don't know. Maybe I'll try. I don't fucking know. Imagine if I just went like, hey, you have a Sony ZV-E10. We're pretty similar. How do you like your camera? And you'll be like, oh, you started the conversation. Oh, so cool. Imagine, bro. But there's so many camera brands. And what are the chances that I would meet somebody who likes the ZV-E10? Specifically. Similar interest is very hard to actually come by, I feel, in today's day and age. On a random basis. Like, just randomly walk up. Oh, you have a similar interest to me. Because I feel like a lot of our generation feels like they don't want to interrupt or disturb an individual that they see on the street, right? Like, oh, we see this guy, hey, he looks pretty cool. And many of us have the personality of like, we don't want to interrupt you because we don't like to being interrupted, right? Unless you're like the very outgoing type. It's like, hey, you see something, talk to you. Oh yeah, let me switch cameras. Cause my mirrorless is dying. So I guess this is the camera we have left for tonight. I'm almost done. Once I'm done, I'm gonna end. I said that, but this tiny bit of alcohol has been here since 10 o'clock and it's been 30 minutes. I'm just talking about romantic potential. I don't know, man. I do have a dream of building a family. Maybe not a family before 30. Maybe not even marriage before 30. But having a special someone being by your side when you need it really makes life light up. That's how I view the world of romance. I don't know, man. I really, really enjoy romance stories that are obviously boy meets girl. That's my favorite type. But like a lot of these romance manga are always like, oh, the world never appreciated you before this. And then this girl, this fateful encounter comes in, and then you'll be like, wow, that girl gets me. We're friends. Alright, starting off friends. And then like, wow, that girl really gets me. I cannot stop relying on her. She's such a best friend. And you just start like, people start pushing you, hey, get closer, you know, you guys look so cute together. Imagine, bro. Imagine I don't have that level of friendship with anybody. So I can't actually be like, wow, I have friends to be like my wingman or whatever. I don't have a wingman. Fuck wingman. I don't have shit. I only have myself. Fuck. I only have myself. God damn it. And a lot of us are kind of reclusive. Like, I'm glad I'm not an iPad baby, right? That's one thing I'm glad of. I don't have to rely on my gear, because like, I don't have to be connected to the world to feel like a sense of fulfillment, right? Like, I'm the type of kid that can just like do whatever. Self-sufficiency is relatively a thing. Like, if I charge this thing, of course, like when I was a kid, this is probably not charged at all. I bring this to a place and it's like 15%, like shit. But my current self, I tend to charge this up. Like right now this is 50%. Obviously I have my chargers nearby, so it's not that bad. See, Mario Wonder, yay. But as long as I have this, and I tend to download whatever I want to do and maybe just listen to songs and write a script or whatever. I have so many options of things I can do. that walking outside talking to a random person doesn't feel like a priority, you know? Like if I had a bike in a scenario like that, it's like, oh, let me just go biking, go explore. But then if it's a place that you're always at, you explore like maybe a month or two, and then like, well, there's nothing left. Technically there is, but I don't feel the desire to explore anymore. I'm done. That's another scenario that I'm also in, like with my bicycle. I have a bike that I bought like a few months ago, and this month I didn't ride much, if at all. I'm just like, damn, now my bike has quite a flat tire, and I'm just here. I could use the workout. How was I so enthusiastic about it a few months, for like at least 2 months, and now I'm just like, whatever. I guess it just happens, you know? It just happens. It is what it is. I mean, if you guys can relate, just let me know, alright? But it is what it is. Oh, how is this still here? We're still here. It's been over 50 minutes. Also, I can actually switch cameras. Wait, let me set up my second camera. Now this is not really something I want to do, but my microphone could be a camera. Like, it's a webcam mic, but it looks like shit. Like, even in comparison to just my Go 3. Why? Because the aperture is totally too much for this particular situation with my bright ass softbox over there. And it's a very low angle. Like, I have to sit a bit further away to be a little more casual about it. But yeah, I think switching back to this one is better. It looks better. The camera quality is better. The colors are better. Yeah, and I also want to charge my ZV-E10, so I'm not gonna touch that. Oh yeah. I think next topic we can talk about. Hopefully this is the final topic of the day. We're still here after 2 hours. Why do I have so much to talk about when it's practically no one? No one is even here. No one is even here. Zero viewers. Okay, I think somebody's in this chat, but like, come on, leave a comment, bro. I don't know who you are. Like, it looks like there's somebody there. So, okay, let's talk about this. Gaming consoles. I don't know if you guys are interested in this topic at all, but hobby, right? So the Switch, Nintendo Switch. This is the second model. Technically the third model of the Switch. The second model is the Nintendo Switch V2. This one is the Switch Lite, and then the fourth model is the Switch OLED. So this console generation has been 7 years old. It's 7 years old in 1 month and 1 week. So which means we should be on the cusp of a brand new console generation soon. Now I do root for the fact that if the Switch keeps going for at least a year, it can definitely possibly break the sales numbers of the PS2, which I root for. Go Nintendo. But the Switch 2 should be coming soon, right? Potentially it should be coming, I think, next year is the official launch, and the announcement should be this year. end of this year, because I don't want it to stop the momentum of the current Switch, but I also want the excitement to carry over to next year. I feel like if they do that, it's perfect. Nothing more, nothing less. They should do that personally. Whatever name the Switch is gonna get, I don't care. It's whatever. Just as long as you don't name it something like confusing like the Wii U, which I know I never found confusing, but that's because I'm a nerd. I follow the news about this, but most people don't. Right? Delicious. Like, if you follow the news, then everything is normal, right? Like, oh, you didn't know? What is wrong with you? Whatever. Nobody needs to know, okay? You don't have to know. But I do believe if they're going to release the next console, it should be a console that handheld mode, if it is a handheld hybrid, 1080p on average. I think it should be 1080p on average. Try not to go under 900p, give or take. Like currently the Switch Lite is like around 560 to 720p, which is like nuts. If you play Xenoblade 2 on this is like 500p or 400p. Nuts, bro. But on a small screen like this, I'm like, whatever, it looks good, it's fine. But on a better console, it should be about a 16 screen, right? 16 screen. The controller design should refresh a bit. They should release a handheld only model eventually, but not at launch. Not at launch. Should be a hybrid. Hybrid is good. Like, look at the Steam Deck, look at the RG Ally, look at the... What's the third one called again? I don't remember, because I don't think it's launched yet. The RG Ally and the Steam Deck look so cool. The only problem for me for getting those is that it's quite pricey. I don't need it. And I don't plan on playing any PC games anytime soon. Like, if I got those, I would just get the Xbox Game Pass. That's it. Done. And some people are like, you're not getting a full game? Like, purchase the game? You're only getting loan, like Netflix? I'm like, yeah, I love Netflix. Like, if it's a show that I want to watch without any Wi-Fi, or if the streaming platform doesn't let me have it, I will literally just download it. If possible, you know, the risk is there when it comes to like viruses and stuff. Like, let's say, for example, One Piece, I have the whole whole series on a hard drive. So good. One Piece, so good. The anime, pre-time skip, normal, post-time skip, One Piece, the re-edit. It's so good. I actually followed the series on Netflix first, but it only released until like Water 7. Not even Endless Lobby, and not even post Water 7. You know, it's at Water 7, the part where you fight Frankie preemptively, the part where you fight Usopp. That's it. That's it. That's not even the halfway point of the series. And like, at least cut at Marineford. Yeah. If you're gonna cut anywhere, at least make it post Enies Lobby. Also, now they're releasing Egghead, the latest arc, which is good, but they're also 1 week late. So I'm like, I watched the episode twice. Like, it's a good show. It's really good. You know, but if I wanted to download it, I will. But streaming services are so convenient. So convenient. Like, Game Pass is the only reason why I try out games on PC. Like Steam, I mean, I have the problem of not wanting to log in right now, but who cares? Game Pass is easier to try new games. Also, because my Steam account went from Argentinian currency to MYR, which if I wanted to buy something like Tekken 8, it's probably like 200 ringgit or something, which I'm like, I'm okay with buying it, but no, unless it's a game or a show that like I need it type of vibe, you know. It's like Mario Wonder. I waited for 3 months and I still want it. I'll buy it because I finally have the money. Finally, you know. And like new phone, I was forced to buy this based on circumstance because my old phone was dead. But I be like, I know I can pay for it, so it's not that bad. My current financial status is like this, right? I have leeway, so if I'm forced to get something, I'm actually not crying about the loss of money. I will not be able to say that like 4 years ago. During COVID, shit, my wallet was dry as heck, bro. One more sip. Right? It's almost 11. I think we can officially end at 11 p.m. Wow, 2 viewers. Hello, welcome. I'm actually supposedly closing soon. If I can actually stop talking and finish my drink, but currently we're talking about... What are we talking about again? I remember 20 minutes ago I was talking about romantic relationships. Currently... Oh yeah, I was talking about the Switch successor, but I forgot where I was. Where was I? I don't know. Crap. Man, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Also, imagine having collector's items. Oh, when I joined Game Pass. Oh yeah. Right. So you were watching the whole time, Trudy? Okay. So like, okay. I think Game Pass for gamers is the best service ever. Which is why I considered wanting an Xbox Series S. You know, for like under 2,000 ringgit, you can get a console that is better than a Switch. With Game Pass, you can play every game potentially on launch day, like Persona 5 Royal or Persona 3 Reload, possibly. I actually don't know. It's coming out in next week. What? Persona 3 is coming out next week? Yes. Like, Game Pass is such a good deal. Also, like, PC Game Pass here is like 15 ringgit. 15 ringgit can't even buy you a good old spicy chicken deluxe full set meal from McDonald's. You can't get that. That menu option is unavailable with 15 ringgit only. So, 15 ringgit, you give it to Microsoft, you can play a whole list of games. Like, yeah, they come and go, which is why I hate it as well. But if you're an actual gamer, if you're a proper gamer that's budget conscious, you can just get that and play the game before the month ends. Like, I'm not that type of gamer because I can't finish a game under a month unless that game was like addictive and I was pure hype induced throughout the launch cycle, right? Like for the Switch, right? I love Xenoblade series. I love the Xenoblade series. I played Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 2, the Torna the Golden Country, Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade 3 Future Connected, Future Redeemed, right? And I also have a copy of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I never finished that one because that one is like very different, right? But Xenoblade 3 came out last year, I believe. I finished that massive RPG. Now I didn't do the side quests too much. I'm not that type of gamer as well. I don't grind side quests too much anymore. But I finished the game within a month and I'm like, Oh, she's so good, bro. Future Redeem came out, the DLC. It's a 20-hour game. Oh, I finished it within 3 weeks, bro. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. But not too many games actually make me feel that way. I will admit that. I wish more games made me feel that way, but I'm surprisingly not that deep of a gamer. Like, oh, I'm a nerd of games. I just like following the news cycle. But then when I see my friends who are actual gamers, quote unquote, they don't actually call themselves in an elitist way, but when I listen to them, they play their games. They play like 10 games a month. They don't finish the games, but they practically play it very obsessively for a whole month, and I'm like, that's a lot. Like, I know like maybe half of them are like indies, some of them are like AAA, but I'm like, how do you, okay, affording it is one thing. How do you not consider finishing first before buying the next one? And two, why play so many? Like, having a friend that can finish 50 games in a year is nuts. I finish like under 10 a year. Like, maybe I buy like 3 a year, 6 a year max, but I only finish like a third of them potentially. Like, what games did I buy last year? I bought Xenoblade 3, the DLC, which is a separate campaign. I bought Splatoon 3. I actually think that's it. Now I finished the story mode of all 3. But then there's like me, like I like Splatoon's gameplay, the multiplayer, but I don't play it. Something wrong with me? I don't know. The DLC for the campaign DLC is coming out soon. In like 22nd February, which is a funny number, 222. But I'm hyped. You know, I haven't touched the game in 5 months, but I'm hyped. Maybe not as hyped as I could have been, because the announcement of the release date was not part of a Nintendo Direct and everything. I am more casual than I thought, but I'm also not as much of a casual as I would think, you know. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like you're nerdier than most, but you're also not too nerdy? Like, you look at real nerds and like, I'm not that bad. Potential, right? And it should be the final 10 minutes. Funny how one sip I can make it to 2 sips. Also, I actually want to talk about this. This is one of my more rare items. I don't know how much this is worth on like resell or like eBay or whatever, but this is the Super Nintendo Mini. It's one of my favorite collectibles. I consider this a collectible more than an actual console, not because it doesn't play games, it actually does. I actually modded this system to have over 100 games. Classic 16-bit era games. I believe I have 100 games plus. Definitely all the major games. I've never finished a single game on this console. Very funny, isn't it? Like, I buy this for the collectability of it, but also because I just really like the console itself. I mean, when you grow up online where all the boomers, quote unquote, all the boomers share their memories of like the 16-bit era, 8-bit era, 64-bit or 32-bit era, like 3rd gen, 4th gen, 5th gen consoles, you have a sense of like attachment to them. Not because you like the games, but because people love the games, they share their love, they share their passion, right? Like Angry Video Game Nerd, for example. All the 8-bit games that he shat on, but he also loved a lot of the games. All the 16-bit games that, like, I don't remember who was there at the time, But a lot of people talked about the stupid Arrow games like Mario World, Mario RPG, Link to the Past. I have never finished Link to the Past. I've never finished Mario World. I've not played Mario RPG. I have not finished Kirby Dreamland 3. I have not finished Kirby Superstar. Like, I just like the I appreciate the generation, but I never play any of it. Like, completing it. Again, fake fan, I guess. Fake fan. What am I? Like, I have the translated copies of Fire Emblem 4 and 5. Yeah, 4 and 5. Was FE3 here? I think FE3 was here as well. The Mystery of the Emblem. And then I had Tricia 776, Genealogy of the Holy War, all on here. I haven't finished any of them. Didn't even get more than 3 maps in. There's Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, 3. Never finished a single game on this device, and I had this device for like more than 4 years. I remember buying this around college or before college. What year did this come in? 2017, 2016? Actually, I want to search it. The microphone might hear my tapping and shit, but SNES Mini. No, not images. Why do I want images? Fuck that. I have a console. 2017. After the Switch launch, the NES Mini came out before. I wanted the NES Mini also, but I didn't get it. Also, I think the biggest benefit for me is the fact that it is USB powered, like micro USB power and a HDMI out. It's so easy. It's so light. It comes with 2 controllers too. The NES Mini only comes with 1 though. That's the dumb part. Like, I'm prone to the nostalgia that I never experienced. Is that a weird thing? It's funny, you know, being nostalgic for shit that you've never been part of. Why are we like this? Is this parasocialism? No, it's influence, right? I think it's influence. People who grew up with the generation share their passion, and then you inherited the passion for the whatever, like the topic, the item, the whatever, right? It's like, oh, we used to love the Beatles. We share that passion, share the music, spread the word. Now people in the 2010s also like the Beatles, and then someone others like, damn, they're old as fuck. And I'm like, yeah, but they're pretty good. Well, I say that, but the current age is kind of different. The current age of like content sharing is like very different, because everybody have done it, right? The passion projects from the 2008, 2010, early 2015 and prior, they've already shared everything they wanted to share. It doesn't matter if it's highly produced or not. All the passion has been out there for like over 10 years. YouTube is 19 years old. Or is it the 20th year this year? It came out in 2005? Yeah, it's at least 19 years old. It's 19! MatPat is ending being a host. People are old now. The people who started in their 20s are now in their 40s, almost. Damn! Oh, hi. Why are there so many people now? I'm almost ending. The fuck? The fuck? Well, I see 2 concurrent viewers and I saw 1 just left. I'm fucking ending. So, finished. I finished my dinner. I finished all my rants. Today's a pretty fun day, I guess. It ended up being a fun day. I tried out doing a stream on 2 platforms simultaneously, and the YouTube setup, having a multicam and everything. I tried a lot of shit today. Pretty fun. I guess I have to buy a mic for my phone if I want to do more of this. DJI mic, DJI mic, DJI. I need to buy a DJI mic. Yeah, money. Well, if you guys want a recap of the topics we talked about camera gear. We talked about my unfortunate circumstance that led me to staying home and streaming. I actually was not planning to do a stream. I wanted to go to a photography product event where I could buy potentially products for my camera systems. Everything that could go wrong seems to have went wrong. My tire, I had a flat tire. It was raining like a bitch. I ride a motorcycle, by the way, and sucks. So I'm like, and the thing is closing at 9. I finish dealing with everything at 7:30. Fuck that. I don't want to go to an exhibition for only an hour, and potentially that like an hour isn't even like every display is open, or the shops are probably closing as well. I'm not staying, bro. I'm not going. Screw that. I'm staying home. And then the second thing I thought about was like, if you have the money, do you want to spend? And what's holding you back from spending? And then the priority of spending, right? Especially for somebody like me who has currently more than 2 capable cameras along with a smartphone that's like flagship. I ended up having I ended up buying this past year. What am I supposed to invest first? That's what I talked about. Third thing is like romantic relationships for some reason, my philosophies on those, and game consoles. So if you guys like and enjoy, thank you for watching though. The VOD is on my channel and also IG Live. IG only ended like an hour. I think it only gave me an hour and a half max. So I learned that. Again, I hope to do more streams overall over time. And if you like or you want to just know when I go live to hang out, just like and subscribe or whatever, right? This is my personal channel. I just like to talk. Imagine gaming or drawing art, bro. I used to do that. Now I just like talking about whatever. But Alpha, yeah, you all arrive on the stream when I've already been here for 2 hours. What is wrong? Life, bro. The coincidence doesn't let you have such a good coincidence. But yeah, anyways, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. I think, again, I'll usually stream around weekday nights for me, like around this time. So just subscribe. Next week I'm probably going on stream again. I'm trying. Now I feel like I want to try a 3 camera setup next week. Just a thought. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.